Hello, welcome to number 7 of the Corona Diaries. It's now been a full week since I started doing this, and obviously since I've been isolating in this penthouse man cave that I've really come to start thinking of very differently over the last week. Maybe not so enthusiastic about living on my own after all. Um, since I've been obviously in this weird bubble of isolation, just like everyone else, um, it's done funny things to my body clock. So I've always been a natural early riser. Just my body wakes me up whether I want to or not. And today, in particular, my body did some really weird things to me. So went to sleep as normal, no later than normal usually. Woke up this morning, felt quite sort of awake, quite alert, which was good. I don't set alarms anymore. Not since I've sort of stopped going to school every day. So I tend to be waking up like between sort of 7, half 7, quite naturally. So jumped out of bed this morning, got to the kitchen, put the kettle on, and as the kettle was boiling, I was sort of gazing out of the kitchen window, and I couldn't help noticing that it was really dark and dingy. And yesterday and the day before have been beautiful, bright, sunny days. So I was a bit disappointed to sort of look out of the window and see that today was just dull and dark and miserable. So the kettle boiled and I poured my drink. I've been having this hot water and lemon, which I was told was really good for me, and I've kind of got the taste for it now. So so I poured the hot water on anyway, and as I was glancing just casually at the oven, I noticed that the time appeared to be wrong, because the time on the oven said 4:45, quarter to 5, which obviously it wasn't quarter to 5 in the morning, except it was quarter to 5 in the morning, because when I went to check my phone in my bedroom, I realised why it looked so dark and dingy outside. I'd just randomly got out of bed at quarter to 5 in the morning, made myself a drink. So yeah, that was a good start. Went back to bed, slept till about half 7. Actually felt worse getting up the second time than I did the first time. So maybe I should have just stayed up, but getting up at quarter to 5 in the morning is not something people choose to do, surely. So that was a weird start to the day. When I did get up and did the whole routine again, which was a bit odd, I sat down to eat my breakfast and my watch warned me that I hadn't done enough steps. It obviously worked out that I'd got up at quarter to 5 in the morning and by 8 o'clock still hadn't really done anything, because watches clearly don't realise that I went back to bed. So they're not that smart, are they? So yeah, I thought I'd better get some steps in, so I walked around a bit, but I thought, realistically, if I'm going to do 10,000 steps, I'm going to wear these carpets out. I'm not going to have any carpet left by the end of this. So so we didn't do that. So I'm not going to get my steps in by walking around the flat, no matter how much my watch makes me feel bad for doing so. In big news, though, I said on the video yesterday that Boris Johnson has got coronavirus. So the British Prime Minister is currently incapacitated while that sort of plays itself out. And obviously I'm sure everybody hopes that he gets better soon. But I figured that at this time we need somebody to step into his shoes. We need somebody to lead the country through this crisis whilst he's recovering. And I felt like that call was for me. My country needs me. So I've decided, selflessly, to put myself forward to run the country just while Boris gets better. I'm not trying to take his job off him, but I've got a little bit of time, and I can do my service for the country in the best way possible. But somebody told me a while ago, actually a long time ago, and I was reminded of it recently, that you've got to dress for the job you want. That was some advice that was given to me, and I thought that's really good advice, isn't it? And if I want to be British Prime Minister for a while, I should dress like it. So I thought, well, I can't just wear these. So just bear with. I've got that, and probably need a tie. You always see Prime Ministers wearing ties, don't you? Or male ones anyway. So yeah, so we've got the tie, and probably glasses, I would have thought. That's good luck, isn't it? There you go. That's better, isn't it? It's a bit less scruffy. So what all Prime Ministers need are pledges, things that they're going to promise to do. And they tend to come in threes, the rule of three. Yeah, it's quite important. But I want to change that, so I've come up with 4 because I'm a bit of a rebel and I don't like following precedents. Let's break the status quo. So, number 1, we've got people still out and about on the streets breaking this whole kind of social distancing rule, and we've got this virus spreading that really we need to stop the spread of, okay? Very simple terms, we all know this. My answer to that, water cannons. Blast the people off the streets, clean the streets at the same time. My neighbour's been doing it pretty much every day since we've been in isolation. He's been blasting all the germs off his patio. Why don't we kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Hopefully we don't actually kill anyone, but solve 2 problems with 1 blast of water. That's number 1. Number 2, I would like more money for creative industries. That sounds like a really serious promise. It is a serious promise because I think if we're ever going to have any form of revolution, not resolution, we want to resolve things, but revolution, then it should be done through the medium of song. Think Les Mis. Yeah, so we don't want to see riots again in the future. We don't want to see panic buying in shops. We want to see people singing their way to a revolution. That's number 2. Number 3, not so much a problem at the moment, in fairness, but I want to see speed cameras for slow walkers. People should not be allowed to walk slowly. It's frustrating. We've got places to be. As I said, not an issue at the moment, but we'll all remember how frustrating it is in a couple of months when we're back to normal. And number 4, I think politicians should be fined if they don't answer questions properly. I hate when politicians do it. Just talk properly, talk normally, give us a straight answer, and everyone knows where they stand. So if you've got any questions for me as British Prime Minister to be, temporary British Prime Minister, please send them to me and I will answer them. There you go. You are welcome. Have a good day, everyone. Don't forget to turn your clocks forward tonight, and I will speak at you tomorrow.